for doing this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's good to see you. It's good to see
Yeah.
another human being.
So where are you? Where are you right now? In Scotland, I assume.
Yeah, I'm at home in Edinburgh.
Oh, okay. How's so with stuff kicking back up? Uh how's that going there?
Pretty locked down
Yeah.
still. Yeah, it kind of eased up a little bit for Christmas, but then just for Christmas Day though, and then now it's back to being like the whole of Central Scotland's in like tier four, which means we can't go to anyone else's houses, or
Damn.
a lot of places are just gonna shut down again. So yeah, just hanging out, eating Rice Krispies.
Yeah. I had Jamie on the other week from Aerial Salad, and he's telling me about the different
Cool.
what are the different classes? What do you say? Different
Tier.
tier. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Yeah, Jamie's a good egg.
yeah. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
You guys have toured a lot, right? Together, or you played a bunch of shows together.
Well, yeah, I played drums for them for a little while as well.
Oh, really?
For like a German tour and then some UK stuff. But yeah, Jamie's a good guy.
Yeah. When so you've been putting out music as Wrong Life now. You put out an EP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the album was demoed like at the end of last year, but then for obvious reasons is not finished yet. So yeah, I just did the EP in the meantime for something to do.
Yeah.
And then a Withered Hand cover, which I'd kind of started for like just kind of for the fun of it a while ago.
Yeah.
And then forgotten about it, and then was like, oh, I can just finish this off and put this out as well for something to do. Yeah, it's cool though. But I'm actually in next week, next Wednesday and Thursday, and then the following Monday and Tuesday to finish the vocals for the album.
Nice. Is
for the fourth time though.
Hell yeah. Well,
I've already scrapped them 3 times.
Really?
Yeah. The first time I did them was in August. Yeah, maybe end of. Was it August? It was August. Yeah, at like my friend Fred's place. And then got the mixes back and was like, my voice sounds like shit. I just sounded exhausted, so I was like, I need to do them again.
Yeah.
So I bought a microphone and did them on my own.
Oh, nice.
Like at a studio nearby, but then just hated the first run and deleted it because there was kind of some timing issues. So I was like, scrap all that, do it again. Thought I'd nailed it.
Yeah.
Got another mix back like a month ago. And was like, nah, I need to do these again.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been listening to the EP a lot today.
Cool.
I love it. It's great. It sounds like I don't know, the musical style is way different to me than what you've done before with like Murder Burgers, and it's more.
Cool.
I don't know. I don't want to say like mature or and like flowery. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it sounds more mature. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Because, every now and then I'll get someone being like, oh, it's the same thing. Why are you just not doing the old one? It's like, come on, man. So, yeah, it's good to hear that. Yeah, some people see the difference in it, which is good.
Yeah.
I think most people do.
Yeah. Is it just you writing all this? And
yeah, I tried to play it off like it was a full band. And like no one believed me. So yeah, it's pretty much well, the EP was just me, and then the album, Ross from the Kimberley Stakes plays drums, and then Alex from Bike Notes plays bass.
Okay.
And then Max from Bike Notes is doing the backing on it as well.
Right.
And I just started doing another EP. I got kind of bored, so I thought I'll just do another. And my friend Pete from Duck and Punchies plays drums on that.
Okay.
But it's just kind of, I'll just kind of write everything and plan everything out, and then I've got friends that are up for playing on the stuff. Kind of if need be. And it's fun having other people involved
For sure.
as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole trying to do it like pass it off as like a fully functioning band with like four people, like no one bought it. So
What kind of ruses were you doing to make it seem like there are more people in the band?
well, I just told people it was a band, and
Okay.
then people like that would kind of do like kind of write ups or like post about the fact that I'd put out the EP
Yeah.
would just be like, oh, it's just him. I was like, all right, okay, I've been told. Like, I thought I was filling everybody, but no, apparently not.
Oh man. Uh, so yeah, but you're talking about having guys from Bike Notes, and you're the drummer in Bike Notes, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those two guys, Alex and Max, were in a band called the Walking Targets from Edinburgh that were really good. And then a few years ago, when they stopped playing, Alex and Max wanted to keep doing stuff, and yeah, I just ended up practicing with them on drums, and yeah, they've not kicked me out yet, so it's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
But we were meant to do an album in October, and yeah, obviously that didn't happen
Yeah.
either. So we're just kind of waiting to get like dates for that. But I mean, like doing stuff on my own is fine at the moment because I can just get in a studio on my own. It's not against the kind of regulations for me to just go in and
Oh
if
right.
someone else is in another room to record, like for example for vocals next week, that's fine. But Bike Notes, we want to do the album like live with overdubs. We'd rather do
Right.
it that way. So yeah, we just gonna have to wait it out. But it's not like anyone gives a shit. It's not like anyone's like dying for this album to come out. So we're all
Fraser,
fine
I
with
care. I'm dying.
it. Yeah, but what are you meant to do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got another band with Pete from Duck and Punchies and Flav from Squirt Gun and
Okay.
friend Sancho that played a band called Pause. And we've managed to do the vast majority of the album, or like all of it actually, with us being in different places. Like no, the four of us haven't been in the same room together. I don't
Yeah.
think Pete and Sancho have actually met each other like in real life. So we managed to do all of that, and it's almost done and everything. But yeah, which is cool. It's cool to adapt to it, like and know that I can just kind of do stuff at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't help Bike Notes. We can't do anything right now.
Damn. What's this band gonna be called, or what's it called?
Oh, it's called the Phase Problem, which is some sort of like Flav's like a professor. When he's not doing squirt gun stuff, he's a lecturer and a professor and all that stuff. So
Is he English professor?
um,
I can't remember. I know one of the squirt gun guys is like
he's I know he does like research into like Huntington's disease and stuff like that.
oh okay.
So he's a science guy.
One of
But
the science nerd. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know exactly what the name means.
Yeah.
He told me and then I forgot instantly. So that was about 5 years ago.
Yeah. Damn. One thing, whenever you're talking about how you're trying to fool people into thinking that Wrong Life was four guys or three, I remember when whenever you came over here and we did a couple of shows, you were acoustic with Kane, and I remember, since this is all done through Facebook, people were booking you as your Facebook name, which is Fraser Mac and Cheese, instead of
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of still that obviously doesn't happen at the moment because no one's booking anything.
Right.
But yeah, there was definitely a couple of times like a couple more times like over here that had happened, and some people do just kind of call me that now, and I hate it every single time. Like but I did have another name, and then someone fucking told on me to the Facebook police,
Oh.
and then I had to change it, and didn't think they would accept Mac and Cheese, but apparently it's a solid surname.
right. So, yeah. I assumed that it wasn't your your government Christian birth name.
No.
No, but I thought that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just tell a few people like on that tour to like not do
Not do mac and
mac and
cheese.
cheese. Yeah.
That was fun. That was is some fun shows.
Yeah, yeah. I think about that tour a lot actually.
Really,
The acoustic one, yeah, it was really fun.
because
So
that
where did we play? We played Fort Walton Beach and we played was it
Pensacola.
Pensacola as
Yeah,
well? Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, those were cool.
yeah. Yes, that was you had just put out your acoustic album.
Yeah.
Was that your first time doing like putting out an entire acoustic album, or was it just something you wanted to do?
To be honest, it wasn't even really something I wanted to do. It was just I had to. I'd kind of arranged to go over like a year before,
Yeah,
to kind of hang out and do some dumb shit, and then Servo that you met on that tour.
right.
He was like, we should probably. It would make sense if you did some shows while you're over.
Right.
You know, just because we're just kind of doing a road trip kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, and then he's like, well, I said that I would record maybe like an EP of stuff, just for the sake of being able to, you know, make a little bit more money to keep the whole thing going. And then he said, well, if you want to record, then I'll just put the thing out. And then my friend Fred, spoke to him. He'd recorded the Kimberly Stakes album, like the newest one, not long before that. So I spoke to him about doing like a few songs, and then just kind of decided I may as well do an album if I'm there for like, you know, like a day and a half.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it happened. But it wasn't like I didn't really want to. I like the way it turned out.
Yeah, it was great.
But it wasn't really a plan of mine to do any solo stuff properly.
Yeah.
That was kind of part of the reason why it was a serious musician thing.
Right.
The title, because you know, I definitely wasn't pursuing a solo career to be taken more seriously. It was just wanted to do a dumb road trip and accidentally did a solo album, pretty much.
Right.
But it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it turned out all right.
I think of there's a little bit before the first song where you're like, is that a touch screen? I say that to myself a lot, more than I should.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm seeing like a iPad or something.
Yeah, I think that was an iPad as well. I felt like an idiot afterwards. No, touchscreen. But yeah, I think he sent me a mix of, like Fred sent me a mix of that with that in and one without. And I was like, it has to stay in.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So what, was Murder Burgers your first band? Or did you have touring bands before that?
I didn't really have touring bands before that. I'd other ones that kind of played around Glasgow a lot.
Yeah.
You know, just like ones with friends. Oh, I'm not actually from Glasgow. I'm from like maybe half an hour west of Glasgow, where you know there wasn't really much going on. So it was just kind of like, yeah, whoever you could play in a band with, whoever of your friends could play instruments, you just kind of would buddy up with them and kind of play for the fun of it for a while. But Murder Burgers was the first one that, that I actually like properly kind of played out.
Yeah.
And we were terrible for quite some time, but you know,
yeah, man,
we had the drive of a band that you know, they wanted to be good and wanted to play everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
But we used to get like banned from venues for sucking so bad. It was like,
really,
yeah. There's a venue in Glasgow that I think we were one of the only bands to have been banned from there, and it was just because we sucked so badly. Just funny because we played there a bunch of times in recent years.
Yeah.
Like my friend Phil, like he's the manager there now. Place called Bar Block, but yeah, we got barred from Block.
Do you bring that up every time you would play there in recent years?
Nah, I should bring it up more often.
You should.
Yeah, I think next time I play there with any band, I'll probably bring it up.
Yeah.
We were absolutely terrible that night. I remember it well.
Really?
Yeah, it was so bad. So a drummer couldn't do a tour at short notice.
Wow.
And we weren't particularly good as three people anyway. Like, and then we got a friend of mine to fill in on drums for the tour. Where you know, admittedly he wasn't the best drummer in the world, and also we had zero time to practice. So, and also that was back when I didn't own a guitar tuner either. So,
Wow.
um, yeah, it was so awful, and no wonder they banned us. Um, but yeah, you know, you got to learn somehow.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think those experiences are you should have those. It shouldn't be a you know easy road because you're not gonna appreciate. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny, but yeah, that's seeing the last time I saw you was in Stafford last year, and
Oh yeah, that's right.
it was you and Alex playing, Alex Keene, and both. I don't know, you guys are just so tight together, just even as a two piece.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're a two piece.
Yeah,
Yeah, Christ. Yeah, we ended up doing that quite a bit.
it worked. It was good.
Yeah, that was fun. Actually forgot about that gig. I remember it was fun, but not very well attended, which tended to be
Yeah,
uh, our our thing in Stafford.
yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, that was cool though.
yeah,
Because you went on to Booze Cruise after that, didn't you?
yeah,
Bristol.
yeah.
Yeah, how was that?
That was awesome. It was great.
Cool.
Yeah. There was like there's also an EDM festival going on that same weekend, and so it was a weird mix of people going around
Yeah,
around Bristol. I got a speeding ticket driving around Bristol.
good stuff. That's a
Yeah,
punk thing to get.
it was that was pretty cool. It's like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm driving on the wrong side of the road, on the wrong side of the road to me, wrong side of the car to me.
Yeah.
And somehow we had finagled getting a Mercedes. Somehow there's a weird loophole or something that they just upgraded us, and so I was like, well, I didn't realize that they had cameras, like speeding cameras on the interstate system around there, which isn't fair.
Yeah. I think that, around that venue it's kind of tough to park as well.
Yeah.
I remember like playing there a bunch of times and kind of driving around forever before you can find somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's understandable that you maybe be speeding.
Yeah.
I think.
I think they should.
I mean, I'm not a policeman or anything of that sort. So my opinion doesn't really matter here. But
I should have had you represent me whenever I had to.
Yeah, I could have been like a touring lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's funny at the end of that acoustic tour, the US one. I just remember that because we had a pretty good rental car for that tour.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then when we were dropping it off in LA, I think there was something had happened. Oh, someone had snapped off the Mercedes thing on the front. I can't remember what you call it.
Yeah, like the hood ornament. Yeah.
Yeah, hood ornament. Someone had snapped that off. And I don't think we got a replacement one, so we're kind of worried that they were like, yeah, we're gonna have to give them a bunch of money. So they smooth things over. In the office of the rental place, friend Zach joined that tour later on, and then he'd left it before we dropped off the car. But he'd given me his cowboy hat that he was wearing for the tour.
Okay.
So to try and sweeten the deal, I gave the lady in the rental place the cowboy hat. Like I was like, "Do you want this hat?" And she's just like, yes, okay, I'll take. And she took it, and they didn't. Well, I think they hadn't already.
They hadn't seen the
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Not looked at the car. Well, they'd actually just not even bothered to look at it. So I don't think I had to give her that hat. But I felt at the time it was necessary.
Right.
And she was very happy with it.
Damn it! Wow.
So yeah, so always carry a cowboy hat with you. That's the moral of this story.
That's a good tour pro tour tip. Keep a stock of
Next
cowboy
time you
hats.
get pulled over, like you've been speeding, just whip out the cowboy hat.
Is one thing that's strange to me is how how big country music is, like modern pop country, like even in the UK and Europe and stuff, people love country music. Is that a
Yeah,
thing around? Have you noticed that?
I've only really noticed that in the US,
Really?
and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I do like, a bunch of country stuff, but like the pop country stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of it is just like obviously terrible,
Right.
but it's like fun to listen to.
Yeah. Song.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like Florida Georgia Line and all that
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of. Friend Kyle that plays Off with Our Heads, he's like he'll probably kill me for saying that the pop country stuff is shit. Like
He's
he
it.
genuinely like loves that sort of stuff. Like he told me one time that if he gets offered like the gig of playing for someone like that,
Yeah.
like playing drums in like a pop country band, he will quit every other band that he plays in and never speak to anybody else again. He said he would take me on as his drum tech.
Okay.
But yeah, he said he would ditch everything to like
Damn.
get like play drums for like Dux Bentley or something.
Okay. Yeah. I guess. I mean, probably make a decent amount of money. You know.
Yeah, I think it's where the money's at.
Oh yeah. Um.
But Dux Bentley played in Glasgow a few years ago, and it was I wasn't there, but the venue that he played, I remember seeing what size of venue it was and being like astounded that he was able to play a venue that size. It was like thousands of people. I
Wow.
didn't realize. So maybe it is. Well, obviously, it is more popular over here than I think.
Yeah.
I'm just not listening to the right stations.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, we'll talk. We can talk offline about this, but yeah, if you're interested, we can do a pop country thing.
Oh yeah. Well, I've already got a front cover made from a pop country album.
Really?
Yeah, it's Mac Daddy Mother Bang and the Goddamn Sex Cowards, and the album's called He's First Mother Bang Baby. And I've had the album cover made for like 4 years
Ooh.
or something,
Yeah.
and I have zero songs. I have like 3 or 4 song ideas, but like nothing done at all. So yeah, if you want to do that,
I'm down for that.
oh, cool. There we go.
Let's see here. Yeah.
I'll send you the cover. It's
Okay,
pretty good. I got
yeah.
obsessed with Have you ever heard of a doctor called John R. Brinkley? He was like a medical quack from a long time ago,
Okay.
and he used to take goat testicles and put them in people, and
Yes.
he would claim that it cured ailments of like many varieties. So yeah, the He's First Mother Bang Baby thing is pretty much I just took a photo of him with what is meant to be the first like goat gland baby, and just changed it so it says My Daddy Mother Bang and the Goddamn Sex Cowards, and He's First Mother Bang Baby instead of He's First Goat Gland Baby. So I mean, how could you turn down an offer to be part of that?
I can't. I want to be a part of it. I'm all in.
Yeah, good stuff.
I'll move to Scotland. I'm down. But yeah, if you want to send me that, I can post it in conjunction with this if you want. I don't want to leak content that you're saving.
Yeah, I mean, I have been saving it for like probably about 4 years now, and nothing's been done. So it probably wouldn't be the end of the world if,
Okay.
if other people saw it.
Okay.
It took me all of 5 minutes to do. So
Oh man, that's a great name. How could it not make money? That name.
yeah, I mean the goddamn sex cowards thing is like not mine. I didn't make that up. That was I can't remember the name of the comedian. He's a guy from the East Coast. And he does that the like accounts on like Facebook and stuff like Kimberly Struble and Larry Nabisco, and it's just like fake accounts where he like posts just like horrific shit to like wind people up. And he made up like a thing where they had a dog called Mr. Spaghetti, which was fake, but he tried to actually, there was some thing in Boston where they were trying to like get an animal to be the face of something, and he entered this fake dog into this competition,
Okay.
and what happened? Basically, they were like, "No, this dog is fake. It cannot win the competition." And then when it didn't win, this guy claimed that the dog had then died. And then a guy from the guy from the Get Up Kids is like a big fan of this shit, so he wrote a song called "The Ballad of Mr. Spaghetti."
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the Kimberly Struble account calls people goddamn sex cowards quite a lot, and I just thought it was really funny.
Goddamn sex cowards. Wow.
Yeah. Should check out the song. Was it Matt Pryor? I think that's the name of the guy from the Get Up Kids.
Okay.
The Ballad of Mr. Spaghetti. It's pretty good.
Mr. Spaghetti is a great name for a dog. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh man. What
I feel like we're covering a lot of ground here.
That's what so I'm glad I'm glad you say that, because this, I'm still getting my bearings on this podcast. So far it's been good. I think I'm getting in my groove. Luckily I've been able to get some cool friends on like you. But yeah,
Jamie's always good to talk to.
Jamie, yeah, he's
Yeah.
from out of the gate. He's he's like a bull, in the bull riding competitions, and
Yeah. He'll video call me every now and then.
Yeah.
And something weird always happens. Like I can't remember why, but he got like naked.
Hell yeah.
A couple of calls ago, but it was like not for like. There was a reason for it. He meant well.
He meant well. Oh shit. Okay.
I mean, I think he was doing something that involved him having to take his clothes off, but
is he getting in the shower?
He didn't want to hang up.
Oh, okay.
So I think that was the reason for it. There was a kindness behind it.
Oh.
He didn't want to abruptly end the call.
Right.
So he thought he would just stay on it while he was, fully naked.
He might have been jumping in the tanning booth or something.
Like a while.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he gave me a bunch of movies to watch. That gave me a list of movies to watch that I need to. Some of them good, some of them very bad. Like we talked about Steven Seagal a little bit, and he told me to watch some Steven Seagal movies. Have you watched any movies of note in your quarantine or recently?
Yes. Have you seen I'm Thinking of Ending Things?
Yes.
I went crazy for that. It drove me crazy.
It's a weird movie.
Every now and then I'll get like properly obsessed with something, and that was the kind of most recent thing.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of friends that had seen it as well that I'd spoken to, and kind of got pretty deep into it. And then whenever I thought I'd kind of figured it out, someone would be like, well, no, maybe this is what I think it's about. Then I'd just be like, all right, now my mind's a mess again. So I thought that was great. And then I bought the book the other day and read that, and the book's really good too.
Really? I need to check the book out.
But, I think that's maybe the only one that I kind of went a bit crazy for. I just finished rewatching all of Breaking Bad. I hadn't done that for a long time.
It's a classic.
Yeah, but I can't think of any other movies that I've watched. I tend to, just go back to the same shit.
Me too.
After a while,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Thinking of Ending Things. That's definitely the best thing I've seen. I would say it's one of the best things I've seen. I loved it.
Yeah, I love a movie where I have to find a YouTube video where it's the title of the movie, ending explained.
Yeah. Well, I kind of read a couple and I was like, still.
I don't know.
Kind of not sure about that. And then I spoke to my friend Kyle that plays under the name Lovers Turn to Monsters. It turns out he's obsessed with that kind of shit. Like anything Charlie Kaufman, it turns out he's really into. Yeah. So then he kind of suggested a different kind of explanation for it. And I
Right.
was like, for fuck's sake, now I'm gonna have to watch it again.
Yeah.
I also made the mistake of watching it kind of like late at night as well the first couple of times, and then I
Yeah.
was just awake for hours.
I
Like,
was just thinking.
what just happened?
Yeah. It's a. You can't really spoil it because there's no. It's tough to. It's not like. It's not like The Shining where it's like, oh, this thing is the reason for the rest of the movie. You know.
Yeah, like I tried to kind of tell people to watch it and they would ask what it was about.
Yeah.
And then, I just kind of gave the quick description of before things kind of start to go properly insane.
Yeah.
Because if you give anything else, you can't really do that without then snowballing
Yeah.
and trying to kind of explain the movie to them. So
Yeah.
I was like, but in the short description of it about them going for a drive and going to the parents' house doesn't really do
Right.
it justice. Of
No.
it.
Yeah. The Oklahoma scene at the end. Them going to like the Dairy Queen drive-in thing stuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The parents was weird. Yeah, the whole movie is like you said, like a Charlie Kaufman movie is just they're all so weird. Like I love being John Malkovich. And he did that the Philip Seymour Hoffman, was it not Schenectady, but it sounds like that, the New York one.
I've still not watched that. I've had it recommended to me a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I know. Oh, there we go.
You broke up a little bit.
The Zoom thing, it kind of slowed down there, so it was cool. Yeah, it done the same thing on your end. It was like a slow motion drink of whiskey in silence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the other movie I watched recently, which was I can't remember the name of it, but it was like one of the worst like dog movies I've ever seen in my entire life. But it's like so bad that I would recommend it highly, just once.
A dog movie? So, what's the general synopsis?
It's a guy running for the mayor of a town or something, and somehow he keeps turning into a dog and then turning back into a human. But like, it's all just so badly done. Like, there's just points where it's clear. The Shaggy DA, that's what it's called. The Shaggy DA.
Oh shit! Okay.
He's going for
district attorney.
District attorney, yeah. And there's parts of it where it's clearly just a guy, like a tall man in a dog suit.
Ooh, yeah.
Like they made like no effort to make it look like apart from putting the guy in the suit. There's been no effort made to make it look like an actual dog.
Ooh. Oh, that's great. Oh man.
Yeah. There's a sequel, but I haven't watched it yet.
Is he still trying for district attorney, or is he going for like governor in the sequel?
I'm not 100% sure.
Interesting.
But now that I've remembered the name of it, I should probably watch it.
Yeah. Ooh, shit. That sounds terrible. I love it. I love a good bad movie.
Yeah.
But just
there's a good bit where he like jumps out a window or like climbs out a window or something, but it's like a dog in like an office. But it's clearly just like a man in a suit that like pushes a guy over and jumps out the window. But it's like not meant to be funny.
It's not like Teen Wolf where he's like, I can't control turning back into a dog, or what is it?
Oh yeah, it gets like a hairy face and shit before it happens. Yeah, it's absolutely just terrible.
That's great.
But it's like I would watch it again.
Oh man, I love it. I love it because the production that had to have gone into that of hiring all these people, paying like, I don't know, $250,000, something, however much a movie costs. They went through this entire process to make this terrible movie. Love it.
Yeah, I went through a phase as well of whenever I was watching like movies, it was like I just discovered Wikipedia, even though I've known about it for years. But that's what it was like, someone that had just discovered Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So I looked up the Shaggy DA and went through every member of the cast to see what else they had been in for no reason.
Right.
But astoundingly, none of them were ever really in anything notable after that.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh man.
who would have thought that the Shaggy DA would not be your big break?
You thought, yeah, you taking that role as the, the lead role as a dog district attorney. You thought that would have been your foot in the door. Mm.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Shame.
Wow.
You seen any good stuff recently?
Oh man. I watched Tenet, the new
Okay.
Christopher Nolan movie. Have you seen that one?
No.
Are you a Christopher Nolan guy? Do you like his movies?
I'm not. I'm not much of a movie guy, to be
Like
honest. So I'm not too sure.
Inception.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's one of those movies where after you watch it, you gotta Wikipedia stuff. You gotta watch YouTube videos of explanation videos. It's time is moving forward and backwards at the same time. It's good if you want a real like it's pretty much like watching a math problem is what it felt like.
Oh.
Like a very but
Okay.
with gunfights.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maths was never my strong point. Maths is still one of the things that will make my head hurt instantly.
Yeah.
Like if someone wants to like take me down in a fight without using violence, all they have to do is shout numbers at me and
Throw some
eventually,
equations at you.
yeah, try to add anything or subtract anything will just melt my mind.
Yeah.
So yeah. So there you go. There's another pro tip.
Cowboy hats, math problems.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, here's a question I have. You're left-handed.
Okay. Yes.
Do you remember when you were starting to learn guitar? Were you like, did you pick up a right-handed guitar and tried to play it?
Yeah, I remember when I was oh god, I can't remember what age I must have been, but young enough to have one of those like plastic guitars.
Yeah.
Like plastic electric children's ones, and being baffled because I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I got a left-handed one when I was maybe 13, I think. And still couldn't play it. I was really frustrated by it. But yeah, it's weird though because I played drums right-handed. I kind of thought doing it left-handed would maybe make more sense when I started out, but it wouldn't work. So
Yeah.
I'm a right-handed drummer, but left-handed guitarist,
Yeah.
which is good because everyone hates the left-handed drummer.
That's true. I've for me personally, when I see a left-handed drummer versus, I don't care if I see a left-handed guitarist, but if I see a left-handed drummer, I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
A left-handed guitarist is more like, ooh, that's interesting, and then a left-handed drummer is like, oh, that's gross. Not gross.
Yeah.
No offense to any left-handed drummers. I'm very pro left hand, pro right hand too, pro ambidextrous. I love it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel bad for left-handed drummers, because you can tell that basically every other band in the room, there's some animosity towards the left-handed drummer, whether they'll admit it or not.
Right.
But there will be.
It was deep down subconscious animosity. Yeah.
So I'm sure you're a good guy, but you've created a problem here. That's what everyone's thinking.
Right. Yeah. You've caused an issue.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Have you been playing a set as a guitarist and you your guitar fucked up or you broke a string or something, and no other band has a left-handed guitar, and you're just screwed?
Yeah, that's happened a few times.
Yeah.
I've just had to play right-handed upside down, and it's been
Shit.
pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely happened a bunch of times. What was it? It happened in Ireland maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
My guitar broke on the flight over.
Oh, fuck.
But it was tuning one of the
Tuning knobs.
tuning pegs snapped off. and no one else was left-handed, so we just had to tune the bass to my guitar, but it was like considerably lower.
Right.
Like I think it was the E string that like I couldn't change.
Yeah.
But it was definitely not an E. So it made everything really easy to sing though. So that was good.
Well,
Um, but yeah, I think on that acoustic tour, I think was the only. It maybe happened twice on that tour. The US one where my guitar was broken in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the promoter went home and was like, "Oh, I've got a left-handed acoustic," and just went home and got me it.
damn.
And then somewhere in Texas, I think it was Dallas. No, it was Austin. It doesn't matter. It was somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, the guitar player from band the Sweethearts, they were playing it.
Okay.
And yeah, he's left-handed, so I got to give him mine because he, like, I don't know what was up with his. But that's the only time that's ever happened in the whole time being a left-handed person.
Wow.
And it happened twice on that one tour.
Wow. Yeah, you saying one thing that popped in my brain when you said my guitar was broken in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That might be a country pop song for.
Yeah, I think it might be. I played Tulsa twice on that run as well,
Oh, wow.
which yeah. Played once on the acoustic one and then went back and played again like 2 weeks later.
Oh yeah, because you did
Full
like
band to get married.
yeah, you did full band stuff at towards the end of that, or you went to another tour right after the
Yeah,
acoustic
yeah.
tour.
Went into full band with Get Married. We did the whole tour with them.
Nice.
That's great. But yeah. What was the title there that you just said for the country song?
Uh, I broke my guitar in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I need to remember that.
Yeah.
I need to remember it and then never actually write the song.
Okay.
And then I'll make a cover for the single.
Okay.
And in 4 years' time, can put it on the internet.
There you go. Well, man.
Just a cover.
Yeah. Well, some of the greatest records of all time, they didn't write it and record it in a day. You know what I'm saying? So that's
true.
That's what
Yeah.
we're dealing with here.
Can be like the
I
pop
think.
country Chinese democracy.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do a double album, single album, whatever.
One time, on the topic of Guns N' Roses,
Okay.
I got bored and decided to edit the Guns N' Roses Wikipedia page.
Okay.
By the way, this is the most I've mentioned Wikipedia in like a short space of time. It's very odd.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I decided to edit their page. And I went through it and said that Slash originally was not called Slash, he was called Sink because he used to work at a kitchen appliances kind of place. So he wanted to be called Sink, and November Rain was written about him spending a month under the cold tap in the sink. And I spent ages on this.
Yeah.
And it stayed up for about a week,
Hell yeah.
which is pretty impressive.
It is,
for
yeah. I think they're pretty.
Yeah.
I think their editors are pretty on the ball usually with stuff.
Yeah, like Slash's sink pit. I think I said that Duff McKagan used to work in the same place.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other shit. I put stuff about like Slash and Duff threatening to quit a
Yeah.
bunch of times because of the lack of references to like kitchen stuff. It was all just yeah, it was absolute nonsense. But yeah, it stayed up probably for about a week.
Yeah.
So probably one of the best things I've done with my life up until this point.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
No. Do you find yourself generally being a not a I don't want to say troublemaker, but a trickster, a jokester,
A scamp.
a scamp? Yeah, a scamp, if you will.
I've been called a scamp before several times.
Yeah.
I got called a scamp like maybe like a year ago, and I was like, it's very odd to be in your 30s and get called a scamp. Like Um, yeah, I like to I like to do dumb shit as long as it doesn't hurt
You're not
anybody.
hurting anybody. You're not,
Yeah,
you're not hurting animals. You're not hurting kids. What's the harm?
nah.
You know,
I'm giving cowboy hats to strangers and editing
it
Wikipedia pages. It's fine. No one gets
it's
hurt.
fun.
Yeah.
And all these people on the internet saying that Fraser is a troublemaking scamp needs to just stop it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I need to stop it or else they'll be finding the Wikipedia pages in a bit of trouble soon.
have you ever is there a prank that you've done recently that comes to mind that you want to talk about?
Um, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, the whole dumb movie pitching thing really went too far. I kind of put
Oh,
stuff
I
in
remember
that.
that. Yeah, you're Seth Rogen.
That was like the
Didn't you pitch
yeah, that was like the that was the furthest I've taken a joke.
Oh, goodness. How many movie pitches did you tag Seth Rogen in on Twitter?
I think maybe 8,
Yeah.
and I done quite a lot of work on them. I mean, I wouldn't even really call them pitches to like when I think about it. It was, I don't know. I set up. It was like the setup, but then nothing really beyond that. I would always say like I'm an ideas man to an extent. You have to fill in the blanks.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that whole thing's definitely the furthest. 'Cause that's actually why that acoustic tour, the US one, happened because the idea was if I hadn't heard, if I hadn't somehow heard from the guy within a year that I was going to fly over and try and pitch the ideas in person, as if that's how Hollywood works. So we thought it'd be funny to start on the wrong side of America and then travel across. So we did actually get to Hollywood and spent like a week, like in LA,
Yeah.
and got nothing done because me and Servo didn't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, this is the dumbest thing I think we've ever done. And now we're just kind of here. And we're there when the Oscars was happening as well. That was like an accident. So, and obviously I didn't meet the guy. Didn't meet him along the way. Didn't meet him in Hollywood.
Wow.
Because it turns out that's not how it works.
Man.
But that was a genuine, I think back on that and think that I was pretty unhinged, I think, at that point in time. There was a couple of years where I was maybe, slightly more unhinged than usual.
Yeah.
But no regrets.
That. No, I think it was in good fun. Like I said, you weren't hurting anybody. We're just making jokes.
Yeah, it was like a productive way to kind of. I thought it was funny.
It was good. Yeah.
I think when you need something funny to focus on, then you may as well focus on it. And I just kind of maybe focused on it a bit too much.
Yeah.
Until it took me to the other side of the world.
Oh man.
But it was fun. We still got like a bunch of the footage of that shit as well. Like we filmed like a lot of stuff and then just don't really know what to do with it. If nothing happened, probably not do anything. I don't know. I think I've kind of put that to rest. But that was probably the most like a kind of prank as went.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite kind of prank.
It's a good prank. Nobody's getting hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's getting hurt. If anything, there was money to be made.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking money got left on the table by Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Or Seth Rogen. Sorry.
Seth Rogen. Yeah. But let's throw Joe Rogan in there as well.
All the Rogans getting there.
Yeah, he messed up too.
Yeah. Golden opportunity. His golden goose flew from Scotland all the way to America.
Yeah.
That Seth Rogen might be a bad egg, though. I think he dodged a bullet.
It's funny now because I don't know if you watch Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Oh yeah, love it.
Like, I think there's a couple of episodes I haven't watched, and one of the only ones I haven't watched is the Seth Rogen one.
Yeah.
But I've got like nothing against the guy, but now because
it's too painful.
This thing went on for so long.
It's too painful.
Like,
yeah.
I've got like imaginary beef with the guy.
Right.
It's so ridiculous. Maybe I need to watch it. Maybe that's maybe that would be like a breakthrough.
Yeah, let the healing begin, Fraser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know I always put in the pitches as well that like, oh, and this person smoked weed.
Right.
I thought that would seem
You got
real.
to.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed, but I'd imagine that would be like I thought that would maybe be like a bit of a deal breaker.
If they weren't. No, if since you don't
Like
smoke
if he
weed.
wasn't into the yeah, I don't. Yeah, I thought that might have been appealing to
Yeah.
someone that does smoke weed.
Yeah.
Like, this I don't really like this thing you're pitching to me, and then be like, oh, but the
But
main character smoked weed. It's like, yes, let's do it. That was my thinking.
yeah.
It didn't work.
Ah, man. Well, you never know.
Yeah,
He
I
might.
tried to take up smoking cigars recently. Actually,
How's that?
it didn't work out.
Didn't work. I'm not a big cigar guy. It's too much. It's too intense for me. I'm like I love intensity. Don't get me wrong, but it feels like I'm just burning newspaper in my mouth.
I did quite like it though. That's the thing. I think I maybe smoked it for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Um, felt like a big man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then I woke up at like 5 the next morning and was just like, I feel
Like
so bad. Like, yeah. I was like, this is the closest thing I've had to hangover in like 3 years.
yeah,
Like, I felt so awful.
yeah.
Um, and then I thought that the smell was still in the living room because I smoked inside. And my flatmate was like, "There's no smell in here," so I was like, "Oh, it's just in my mouth."
In your nose. Yeah, in your
Yeah,
brain.
nose and mouth.
Yeah.
But it was cool while it lasted. I've still got it in the cupboard in this room. I think about it every now and then.
Did you just buy one cigar?
Just one, yeah.
Okay.
It was like £12 though. I thought I'm gonna get an all right one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's not it's not bad. Yeah. And I thought about cigarillos recently.
Oh
Thought
yeah.
about smoking those. And I haven't done it. I think I'll maybe just put the idea to rest.
Is this just an image thing? Are you like trying
No,
to
I think
look
it's
cool?
one I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's true.
And
No.
the word stogie is like funny.
Yeah, it sounds.
I
It's so
forgot to use
close.
that.
It's so close to sounding like a term for like poop. A stogie. It's
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or like, penis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or if you remove those things, I think it's just a good word. It's just a funny one.
It's true. Yeah.
So I started thinking about that quite a bit. And I don't know, I know people that, some people have kind of, since, the whole lockdown thing, are probably, drinking more than they usually would.
Right.
I think because I don't, then I was like wanting to find something to do.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe cigars will be my
Your new thing. Yeah.
like bad distraction. It worked for like 15 minutes and then I felt terrible the next day. So
Damn.
yeah,
Wow. What's
back to nothing. I guess.
Hey, just back to boring old Fraser. No.
Yeah.
What was the last tattoo you got?
Oh. I think it was the one of Noel and Pete from Rational Anthem's dad's face. I've got that tattooed on my arm.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that was the last one. Like three of us on that tour all got. Yeah, Pete and Noel's dad, Marvin, tattooed.
Obviously, do you know the man, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It came to the first show of that acoustic tour. Actually, he
Okay.
surprised us by being there,
Wow.
which is great. Yeah, who is it? He plays music for a living, and
Oh, that's cool.
but there's someone that Jimmy Buffett. He plays a lot of Jimmy Buffett.
Wait, he plays for Jimmy Buffett, or he plays?
No, he
Oh,
plays
okay.
a lot of Jimmy Buffett
Oh, I gotcha.
songs, and like other songs, and
Wow.
I guess
Wow.
yeah, he makes a living out of that shit.
Oh yeah. Jimmy Buffett is from Mobile, where we're from.
Ah, no way.
Yeah. Talking to Jamie the other week, being like, "Oh man, Manchester, so many cool bands from there, Joy Division, Oasis, all these huge, Stone Roses, all these huge, like cultural shifting, influential bands came from this one small town, in the span of like 10, 15 years, whatever." And then I was like, who's from Mobile? Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Yeah, just take that, Jamie.
Take that, Jamie. You think you've got the only influential musicians? All right. Cheeseburger in Paradise. You don't think that changed lives? Yeah.
I saw one of the when I moved through to Edinburgh years ago. I saw one of the Proclaimers, like the week that I moved through.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Is he just hanging out?
It was walking down the street, and
You started screaming, "I'll walk 500 miles" at him.
I shouted Proclaimer because I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know which one it was.
Oh, aren't they twins?
Yeah. I think it can be excused for not knowing. But, yeah, that was cool. And I was like, I think it was the first week I moved through here. Saw one of them yell Proclaimer, felt bad about it.
Did they have so like it's always interesting to me like how some bands from like bands or pop artists or whatever from England or Scotland will be huge in the UK, but then they try and break out in America and it doesn't work, and vice versa. So were the Proclaimers, obviously they have 1,000 miles, is that the name? I forgot.
500 miles.
500 miles, but they end up walking 1,000 miles to be at your door. Did they have bigger songs, or did they have more songs over there?
Oh yeah, they've got like they've got like a lot of albums,
Really,
and had like a bunch of hits.
Yeah.
But obviously 500 miles is just that's a more kind of not around the world one, I guess. But yeah, when they play, usually I think they usually play like at castles and stuff. I'm sure I've seen like posters for them playing at like castles in Scotland. They play like huge places, yeah.
Wow.
Can't remember what castles exactly, but I've definitely seen on posters. But yeah, they'll play like huge venues over here.
Wow.
I guess when you get to that stage of being like that big, even if it's just in the UK, like that's kind of enough.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you're playing castles, you're probably doing all right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. You could give a cowboy hat to every person you meet who are playing in castles. And it wouldn't even put a dent in your bank balance.
No. Oh shit. Well, man, we've done like an hour, I think.
No way.
We can start wrapping it up if you got stuff going on.
I don't really have much going on.
Okay.
You have much going on? I mean, you might have places to be.
I've got 0 places to be.
So what's it like over there right now in terms of like being able to go and do shit?
In where I am in Mobile, Alabama, it's not crazy strict. People are wearing masks out, when they're going out. Mm-hmm. But it's not like how it sounds y'all are, where you can't go to places. And I don't know. It's just if like I went up to Birmingham, Alabama, and that's a pretty liberal city, and so it's way more. People are way more strict. Mobile is way more conservative, right leaning. So people are way more like, I should be able to do whatever the hell I want to do,
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, and I also went to Austin last month or the month before, and it was way more. People were way more conscious and like please wear a mask and social distance and all this stuff. And so, yeah, it just seems like the more liberal cities are being more cautious. The more conservative cities are being more just like, you know, kind of loose, which is kind of a little scary. I don't know. It's weird, weird times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Hopefully these vaccines start working. Those start rolling out soon.
Well, there's that in the Oxford one. That's I think that starts getting rolled out over here on Monday, I think.
Oh, nice.
Which is the one that is like cheap as shit to make.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be stored at a ridiculous temperature. So that'll be like way easier to roll out. So that seems to be the one that. I mean, obviously it's handy having a bunch of them, but I think that's the one that will probably kind of pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
But obviously still not looking to be able to do much until maybe the summer or something.
Yeah.
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 I got a first like gig offer in a long time.
Really?
Like yesterday.
Nice.
Which felt really strange, but it's in October.
Oh, okay.
In London, so I was like, that's far enough ahead to be like, okay, that
I can do that. Yeah.
could potentially happen. Yeah, that's kind of exciting to think about.
That's cool. Was it Wrong Life?
Yeah. That's also long enough for me to figure out who's in the band, so that's good.
Oh man, hey man, if you need a bassist, it's a short flight. I'll be over there.
Yeah.
Damn right. Well, that's cool. Yeah, it's Have you done any like live stream stuff or?
No.
No. Is that doesn't interest you?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why people do them, but no. I mean, it's a lot of the time. No disrespect.
Right. No. I wasn't gonna be like, oh, Fraser. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, no disrespect to anyone that does that. I understand the reasons for it, but to me, it's always just like, here's like a shit version of what I do. It's like here's one where it sounds like shit, and I'm having to play on my own instead of a full band. I would rather just wait it out till I can play.
For sure.
Unless you're like really good at doing the acoustic stuff, then it's like fair play because that I have watched a few, and like that have been really good. They're just like acoustic ones when it's people that can like nail it. But I don't really have much interest in.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to watch me for like 20 minutes, like fucking playing worse versions of songs. Like, I get why people do, especially like, when I think there was a kind of the kind of knee jerk thing of when the lockdown kicked in, where suddenly everybody wanted to do like, live streams all the time, and there were a lot of ones for good causes, obviously,
right?
Like benefit ones and things like that. But it did just get to the point. I was like, I'm not even going on the internet anymore. There's too many of them.
I definitely feel that. We did two, but it was only because we knew we had like an audio engineer for both of them, so we were like, because I've seen, like you were saying, I've seen some where it's just like not even acoustic. They've just set up like their iPhone and they're getting audio from the iPhone mic. Like I'm just like, what?
Yeah, it's
what
just
are we
like
doing?
Watching someone with an acoustic guitar, but it just sounds like they're farting the whole time.
Right? Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I've seen a few that are like kind of better set up ones, like better quality ones, and they're cool. But even at that, it's obviously just not the same as like going to a gig. I'm just well, I'm in the house and I've got things to do. I'll probably go and do those instead.
Yeah.
And then it's online anyway to watch afterwards. So watching the live thing seems, like you don't really have to do that. But, whatever. That's just me being a moany old man. So, how are things with Handsome Scoundrels anyway?
Good, man. We recorded 4 songs. in September that we're waiting to get back. So I don't know if we're gonna try and put those out as an EP or try and do a split with somebody, or I don't know, try and hit up try and hit up a bigger label or whatever and be like, these are demos and we can get you a full length, type of deal. So but yeah, cool. Yeah, it's like everybody else, it was just trying to have some momentum forward instead of just like sitting around, because just sitting around is the worst, where you don't have any objectives or anything going on, so
yeah, I mean, I guess that's a big reason for people doing the live stream stuff.
Yeah,
which makes sense to me. I'm just more reclusive and antisocial, I guess.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I like to sit and try and take up smoking cigars and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Maybe I should have done a live stream of that. That might have been all right.
You could do that, and do that. Maybe a live you being a scamp, in live format. Maybe.
I like here's like a crystal meth live stream, like taking up smoking the hard stuff.
Hey man, if
just an idea.
Why stop at the cigar? You should go big.
Yeah. Go big and stay home.
It's there you go.
That can be what it's called. Yeah.
New saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah. We don't support crystal meth usage on this podcast.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't want to smoke crystal meth.
Right. You don't want to. Right.
No, I don't want to, and I don't do anything these days. I don't do anything fun these days. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe that wouldn't work.
What's okay? What's a do you have any hobbies that people might be like, oh, I wouldn't see him doing that? Does anything come to mind? Do you fish? Do you I don't know.
No.
Do you whittle?
I wish. I like bingo a lot.
Really?
I don't play very often. Yeah, me and a friend of mine, my friend Raph, we started doing this thing called Thingo.
Okay.
Which is like bingo but with things. So, we only did one night of it. So far. We had a bingo machine, and then there was a picture assigned to every number, and we had like Raph's laptop plugged into a TV.
Yeah.
Like in a cafe in town, and then obviously we'd bring up the picture. People got to guess to see if they could figure out what it was, because it was all very confusing.
Yeah.
We would just pick things that barely made sense, and then we would independently go on like Microsoft Paint and make pictures of these things that were very, very loosely tied to what it actually was. And then we just put in a folder and then numbered them. So a lot of the time I didn't actually know what it was, and Raph didn't know what it was if I'd done it.
Yeah.
It got kind of heated at points because people were like, that's not what that is. That can't be what that is.
Okay.
So it was funny. It was funny and confusing. So yeah, big bingo fan.
Wow.
Thingo's a thing that I wish to pursue when that becomes an option again.
I think you need to trademark Thingo.
Yeah. Well, I definitely want to do that more often. When people are kind of allowed to get together and do Thingo again.
Right.
I wonder if there's anything else. I watch a lot of World War II stuff. That's a keen interest of mine.
I'm a big World War II guy too. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was good at school, was history.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I was good at history and English, and then like scraped to pass at music.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But
no, I don't think I've got any other interests that are particularly
What's
like that weird.
what's what's a on the topic of World War II? What do you think? What's a event that you find most interesting about World War II?
One that never gets more kind of sorry, the one that never gets less interesting is what I mean to say. One that never gets less interesting or less horrific is obviously Auschwitz.
Oh yeah,
That's like a very super intense one. One of the early Multiburgers tours we played. I can't remember what we played. We played in Germany, then I think we had a show booked in Poland, which was just as an excuse to be able to
go to
do
Auschwitz.
the tour there. Yeah. And actually, the show the night before got cancelled because the venue, it was a Tuesday night we were meant to play, and the venue decided to have a rave on the Monday night, like a techno party, and emailed me saying we're going to have this party and we can't be bothered with noise the next day, so we don't want to put you on anymore. So they cancelled the show. So at least now we have like an extra day to go and do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really, really interesting. I've never had the opportunity. I mean, it's maybe not the type of place that you would strictly want to go to again.
Right.
Like it's so intense, but
right.
It's like so interesting and such an important part of history that like I'm really, really glad that I was able to go and see that.
Yeah.
And there's been like the like other European tours that we've managed to go to, like the Nuremberg rally grounds, and I think on one of the last European tours, a friend of mine in Carpi, Italy, set up like a guided tour of like a concentration camp there that was really interesting as well. But it's extremely interesting and obviously horrific. Point in time.
Yeah, man's inhumanity to man, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's definitely. I've never been to Auschwitz, but like I guess somewhere similar here in America for different reasons. But going to like Gettysburg, where so many people died, it's obviously a different thing than World War II Auschwitz, but there's like an energy there still. When you're there, It's weird.
Yeah.
Wow. This we really have covered a lot of ground in this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Quite a few topics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think we can wrap this thing up. Do you have any I did get a question on Instagram.
All right.
Let's see here. Okay. Here we go. This one, it says, would you fight one hamster the size of a bear or 1,000 bears the size of hamsters?
I'd take my chances with the size of a bear, I think.
The one bear hamster?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think hamster. Well. Yeah, I think I'd take. Well, I don't know if I'd take it, but I think I could put up a better fight.
Yeah.
How many was that? 1,000?
1,000. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's too many.
That's too many.
Imagine that. Imagine 1,000 little bears, like
crawling up you.
Yeah, and especially if they're like angry.
Yeah.
Like one angry hamster, because I think as well, like hamsters are dumb as shit.
Yeah.
So if it was a big dumb lump that I had to fight on my own, I think I would have a better chance of bashing his brains out than I would like 1,000 of these like small ones that are tiny.
Okay, that's fair.
And they could maybe do a kind of like Critters kind of. Is it Critters 2 that they? What is even Critters? Yeah, they went into the ball like a big ball and. No, it's not Critters. I'm thinking of something else. No, it was. No, was it?
I don't know.
Fuck knows. But anyway, if anyone can remember the name of whatever film it is I'm trying to think of, that'd be good. I think it was Critters 2.
Okay.
they roll into a big ball and roll over a guy. Well, I think the Bears could do something like that.
Yeah,
They're
that's true.
smart enough.
That's true.
And a
Mesh-
thousand of them. I wouldn't want to fight 1,000 of anything, I don't think. Whereas you think a big dumb lump of a hamster, I would feel bad though, because I think that the bear-sized hamster wouldn't really know what was going on.
that's true. He was just made.
Hamsters are very sweet.
He was just
most
made
of
in
the
some
time.
lab, and
Yeah, like
yeah.
why is this guy hitting me?
I'm just trying to drink from the water thing,
Yeah, like I've been running,
Yeah.
I've been trying to reach my destination for God knows how long.
I'm not
Like
getting
running in this circular thing, and this guy's attacked me from the side.
Oh goodness. Oh,
Yeah, so
shit.
yeah, absolutely the bear-sized hamster.
Wow. Yeah, that's fair. I think I would do the same.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Do you have any closing words of wisdom or anything you just wanna say?
Not particularly, no.
Yeah.
I think we've covered quite a lot.
We did.
Yeah, I don't, yeah. What else is left to say? Really?
I don't know. Okay, Fraser, I do have a tagline, and it's "You had options, but you decided to talk to me." Thank you.
Okay. I will do that anytime.
Oh, thank you. All right, man.